Okay, everyone, we're back in Vintage Story in my vanilla playthrough. I know I said I was going to be doing my Snowball Earth playthrough soon, but I kind of thought about it, and honestly, I kind of want to finish up the vanilla playthrough, kind of complete our goal here of getting to the Devastation, completing the storyline, especially because we have steel now. We've kind of completed one of the last major hurdles in the game, um, as far as like advancing technology. There's a couple more items I want to make out of steel before we go, as we have our steel pick now up here, right here, we looked at last time. But first, I think I want to make a falx and maybe a couple other things here real quick. So let's do that really quick here. That hammer's probably going to break. Let's put that hammer in here. Alright, let's see here. Where's my charcoal? There it is. Grab a couple of those. Then we'll process the steel up here and get our stuff underway, because it's going to be a long journey to the Devastation, and I want to make sure we have everything we need, especially since it's still kind of cold out in the game. It's March, so things should be warming up soon, but you know, we'll see here. Did I? Okay, so this actually finished last time. Good, good, good. So I have plenty of fuel for the forge. I'm gonna throw one more piece of charcoal in there, just to be sure. Let's see here. What food do I have? Right. I got crocs. Got pies. Okay. Turnip, turnip. So these are all turnip pies, right? This is my traveling food. That's my plan. What I might do, just go ahead and use up some of this other food here. So we'll grab, we'll grab this spelt. Grab some of these turnips here. And we'll do some onions. There we go. We're just going to go throw these in the fire real quick, get them cooking. Go. Alright. Grab 7. Just to make sure I have plenty of fuel for the kitchen here. There we go. Alright. Got some dinner cooking for my character. Let's get this steel processed. Alright. So we need to basically knock off these little chunks here. That's a steel ingot there. Alright, here we go. Another steel ingot. Now you can have your hellhammer do this, but you need an iron anvil and an iron hellhammer head. I have the iron head. I don't have an extra iron anvil to go up there. I could take this one up there, though, if I wanted to. There we go. Alright, so let's make the falx. Where's my falx blade? There it is, because we're going to want one of those. Just take that one over. Bring these over as well. That one down. Alright. Now, I don't know actually how useful the falx is going to be for the Devastation. I mean, it'll probably be useful against all the drifters and stuff wandering around. Somewhere I wanted you to go. Yep. Because there's a lot of drifters and stuff wandering through the area. We're going to have to be ready for. We're going to need a lot of food because, well, we're going to be wearing our chainmail for all of this, basically. And for a lot of it, I should say. There we go. Just need 3 more squares here. Voxels, whatever you want to call them. Alright. Alright, and last one. Cool. And there's our box. There you go. So let's go put that on a stick. And there is our steel fox. Compare that to our iron fox here real quick. So this has an attack tier of 5, does 5.3 hit points of damage, and our iron one does 5 hit points with an attack tier of 4. So this does significantly better damage. There we go. Let's see here. What else do we want? I've already got the pick. Could get the pounder caps. That would be good for the pulverizer for making certain things. But I think I'll wait on that. I do think I'll do the axe, actually. Just because steel axe would be cool to have. Bring these down. And here we are. Go steel axe. Done. Just need to type my love. Alright. And you know what? I think I'll make a steel knife. You can type dear. It's the wrong button. There we go. This is making me miss my Smithing Plus mod from the multiplayer server and the Snowball Earth series I've been doing, where I've been running Smithing Plus. So I feel bad losing all these steel bits that I spent so much time making here. Alright, here we go. Alright. Got all the steel tools I'm going to make for the time being. Done. Put the hammer away. Let's put tongs, tongs and hammer away. There we go. Put the other hammer away as well. Now, our dinner should be done. It is good. So let's feed our character real quick. There we go. Grab that off the fire. Okay, I have to put that down here. There we go. Alright. Cool. Now we've got a little bit of food to carry around with us. Okay. So let's see here. What all do we need to really take with us to the Devastation? First things first. Where is my glider? There it is. We're going to want the glider. We're going to want a temporal gear. We're going to want our chainmail, so let's go grab that real quick. There's the game. Grab our chainmail. And our shield, just in case. Go. I'm going to take these ladders, even though I don't know that we're going to need them. Seeing how much we can fit here in our inventory. Okay, good. Looks like we'll be able to fit most of this on ourselves. We've got our walking around armor, which is good. Fixed all that last time. There we go. Close that up. Close that up for now. And then what I think we'll do is we'll burn a little bit more time, we'll sleep through the night, and then we'll head out in the morning to make the journey. Take our elk, load him up, get on the sailboat, and we'll sail as far as we can. Towards the Devastation over here. I'm just seeing if there's any potential routes around that I've missed. Yeah, so I think we'll just have to do like we did last time and kind of sail to over here at this trader and then just ride our elk across. What I think we'll end up doing. Well, while I wait, kill time here, let's get my shovel. Used up my shovel? It would appear that I've used up my shovel. Yep. Wrenches. Nope, no shovel. Okay. Well, I could make a steel shovel. That feels like a waste of the shovel, though. I'll just make an iron shovel. How much durability that? I don't think it has enough durability. There we go. Grab 2 pieces of charcoal. And I'm just going to go make a new shovel real quick. And we're going to get our charcoal out of the charcoal pit. How is my oak log? I can put these oak logs away. There we go. Save myself a little bit more inventory space. Yeah, that works well. Do this just so I know that's what I want to use first. But everyone having a good night out there? Yeah, we're going to load up our elk because he's got his saddlebags, so we're going to make sure we can carry all the gear we need on him. We're going to be traveling fairly light. Because we're also going to need some inventory space for anything that we loot at the Devastation. Because once we get done at the Devastation, we're going to go straight from the Devastation to the next story POI. We're not going to come back to base from the Devastation. So it's going to be a long journey. That's part of the reason I made all those charred pies, so I could have food, long-lasting food to take with me. Ingots ready. Here we go. Shovel. Beautiful. All right. Go. And knock these bits off. My shovel, good to go. All right, now let's put the tongs away, and let's go clear out our charcoal pit. I also just recently upgraded the charcoal pit on my multiplayer server to use this whole door and trapdoor setup that I'm using on this one. See how much charcoal we get out of this thing, because I think this is the first time I've ever fired the full, newly improved pit, I feel like. Oh, right. I mean, we're up to 2.5 stacks already. Almost 3 stacks now. I've never tried, like, the largest possible size of charcoal pit, which is 11 by 11 blocks, by the way. I mean, we're gonna get probably close to 5 or 6 stacks here. I think 6. We'll be close to 6, I think. Using a lot of the shovel's durability. Oh, man. Go. Almost done. Cool. So we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 6.5 stacks of charcoal out of that. Not bad. Let's put that away real quick. Oh yeah, this was a very successful burn. Here we go. Let's put the shovel away, because we don't really need the shovel. Top off our food bar here. There we go. Alright, we're going to put our character to bed now. It's now late enough for him to sleep through the night, and for us to head off on our journey in the morning. Alright, so let's see here. Top off our food one more time. Let's grab our arrows. Take these iron arrows. I'll take these bone arrows with us too, just for being sure. I'm going to take this iron chain with us, just so we can do some repair work, because to repair the chainmail you have to have iron and leather. Take some leather. There we go. So we have stuff to repair our equipment. We have our temporal gear. It might not be a bad idea to grab. Let's see here. What supplies do I have? Oh, I had some stored up somewhere. I do. I have 16 bandages, so I want those. Take this 5 cloth with us as well. And actually, we'll take a bit extra cloth, because we could use this to repair our current armor. as well as to make more bandages. And let's go start loading stuff onto the elk real quick. Go. Let's see here. His inventory is nice and clear, so let's put our chainmail on the elk. We don't need to carry that around with us. And we'll put the glider on the elk as well. I also put the stuff for repairing the chainmail on there. In fact, I'll put my extra knife and axe. And let me put steel forks on there, because I kind of want to save that for the Devastation. I don't need support beams. We'll take the support beams and put those away. And there's that pot of poisonous mushroom stew I made. Alright, let's see here. Let's put these support beams. We'll put them over here. Yep. Support beams in there. Alright, anything else I want to grab? Don't need anything out of here. What about back here? Anything back here? Like that. I don't need any of that. Nope. Time to grab the food, I think. There we go. 6 pies will last us for 11 days. And we got a bunch of charred bread as well. I intentionally made it for this journey. Alright, got this. We need to process. We'll process our leather real quick before we leave. Go. Get those hides in the vat here. Oh, gonna need some more lime water. So, never mind. Give me this. That. Yep. All right. Yep. All right. And where's my lime? I don't have any lime. All right. Well, let me make some more lime real quick. Saltpeter, bone meal, chalk, limestone. I'll just take this limestone up to the grinder real quick. There we go. Get that processing. Always got these last few things you gotta do before you head out. Mostly because I don't want these hides to go to rot on me. So what I could do is just put these pies down real quick. Because it doesn't actually change the perish time by doing that. Okay. Alright, folks, give me a second here. Go. But everybody having a good night out there? We're getting ready to go to the Devastation. I'm just getting the last of my stuff together here. Oh, got some more leather there. Not enough strong tannin to do anything with it. Leather away real quick. Alright. Let's go check and see how our mill is doing and see if it's gotten our lime ready for us. Get that out of my hand. I don't need the lantern anymore. Yeah. Not enough. And honestly, we'll do it this way. This will be fine. Alright, here's my bucket. Go, bucket. And then, where's my... There we go. So we'll just delete some of the water here. And there we go. Alright. There's that. This in here. And I'll grab my lime water, put that back in there. Seal her up. There we go. Alright, now I can leave. Alright, throw that in there. Come on, elk. Time for us to get going. The F5 here so we can watch from this, and now time for... Oh, that's not one. There we go. Maximum speed elk. This is our elk at plus 20% speed here. Alright. Now, if I remember correctly, the elk does not like getting on the boat from my dock, so we're going to bring the elk over to here. And not fall in the giant hole. There we go. Alright, elk. Okay. I'm going to go back and get my boat and bring it over there. Also going to need more rope. Alright. Very cold out. In game still. And it's March. That's the scary part. Go. Come on. Come on, game. Alright, we'll just jump into the water, I guess. Not what I wanted. Here, elk. I need you to get over here. There we go. Cool. Alright. And now for the adventures of sailing. It's so cold out. Okay. Now, the major thing about the Devastation is we're going to have to find somewhere to keep our elk once we get there. Part of the reason I'm bringing some extra tools with me and stuff. So that we can do things like, you know, build a little shelter for the elk to hang out in. I don't think the Devastation's too crazy on loot. I have no idea. I've never been there before. And I've only mildly watched someone run it. I do know we get a special ability once we get there, though. That part I know. Alright. Gotta get down around here. Yeah, that's where I tried to sail around before. Checking my map, see where all we're gonna travel through. Alright. Oh, sea ice getting real thick through here. Which is weird, it's getting warmer out, so the sea ice shouldn't be this thick. Okay. Just try and carefully navigate through this here. Let's make a hard cut there. Yeah. That's a big patch of sea ice right there. Cut to the right more. So we go through this gap down here. Alright. One of the advantages of having the elk on our boat kind of gives me a little arrow to know which way the boat's pointing on the map. So further south here. Nope, clip shore. That'll work. Alright. I'm going to set us to half sail for a second, folks. I need to go take a quick little bio break. I'll be right back. So give me just a second, folks. I'll be right back. Dear, if you'd be so kind as to monitor chat for me. We're back, folks. Sorry about that. Had to step away for a second. Alright, let's see here. Did I overshoot my mark? No. That's the advantage of going at half fails. There we go. But I'm back, folks. Hope I didn't miss too much. Sorry about that. The whole having to take a little break there for a second. Alright. I think that's all paradite over there. Which means there's a good chance of all being over there. Granted, I've already got an olivine in mind. But I always keep my eye out for more, you know? Some sort of deer over there. On the hillside. This is making me wish I had my zoom mod that I like to play with these days on. You can get a closer look at those things. But feel free to talk in chat. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling, so, you know, I could use the company. Alright. Let's see. I don't expect to see anything interesting that we need to stop for, especially since our goal is to get to the Devastation, which is like thousands of blocks away here. It's way over here. Yep, look at that. It's way down here. So it's almost 20,000 blocks from our current location in one direction. So we're gonna aim for like right over here as a parking spot. Actually, here might be better. That's where I parked last time. We'll aim for that one, since I need to go southward anyways. I'd prefer if I could find like an actual sea route all the way there. But so far, I've not been able to find a sea route that gets around this landmass here in front of me. Because I sailed all the way down around here, and it started curving back around this way. And I sailed up in here a bit, but I didn't go that far over. I've also sailed up this way a bit. And up here, it just curves back around a whole bunch. So this is actually the same landmass here. I can always see if it curves around up this way, but I don't know if it will. So we're going to have to do some overland and alternating back and forth between, you know, Elk on land and Elk the motorboat. It's alright. Elk likes to swim. He's fine. You know. What's my spoil timer on this? 11 days. Yeah, 3 days. So we'll eat the crock first, and then we'll do the pie, and then we'll work our way through the charred bread I made. I would just call that hardtack myself, but game calls it charred bread. Although one of the things I like about the expanded foods mod Because it adds hardtack to the game. I haven't made any yet on my multiplayer server where I have that mod. See how it compares on the spoil timer. Okay. Turn that way a little bit more. Zoom out a bit more. So we got a lot of sailing ahead of us, then we got a lot of riding our elk. Let's see here. How we doing on our trip here? Still got a little ways to go till we make our hard turn to port there. There we go. Welcome to the stream, folks. Hope everyone's having a good night. We're journeying to the Devastation, and right now, our current goal is to get over into this area. We're probably going to park here, either at this waypoint, or over here, near this trader, or that one. I'm not sure which yet. I think this one will be better, because it'll be a little further south, closer to our actual goal. And then we'll have to ride the elk from there. We are bringing our elk with us. See him standing there in the front of the boat. And we'll also do one last check to make sure there's nothing in the boat I want to take with me, which I think there are. There's some arrows I'm going to take with me. Actually, let me make sure I didn't do something foolish. Alright. Nope. Okay, good. No, I have my bows. Alright. Whew. I gave myself a small panic attack. Thought I'd forgot my bows there for a second. There we go. Starting our turn. Top off our food bar here. Eat a little bit more of this crock. All right. Yep. Turn a little bit. Start our voyage kind of southwest there. Again, welcome to stream, folks. Hope you all are having a good evening. It's evening for me, anyways. So far, we got a bit of a sailing trek ahead of us, but we're getting there. We're gonna park our boat over in this area, and then we'll ride the elk to the Devastation. Be my first time going there in game. But I think we've gotten everything we're gonna need. I've got my chainmail with me so that I can wear good armor once we get there. So I do know there's a bit of fighting in the Devastation. First off, I know there's like a whole bunch of like drifters and boathorn and things wandering around, so I'm a little worried about that. Alright, how are we doing? So once we get past this little spit of land, we'll cut hard east there. Yeah, I think we're good. There we go. That'll be a good line for us to follow for a bit. I think it was this area over here. Yeah, this one has got like this weird, crazy ruin I found. It's got like a ruin that looks like a giant church slash cathedral here, and then it's got this weird like altar-y looking thing here. I spent a lot of time looking at this when I went to the previous POI that's way over here, which is the Lazaret I went to, and the village. Both were over here. And I stopped to go look at that just because it was like, what is that? It's just fascinating. Just fascinating points of interest and ruins and stuff. Things you're like, there's just got to be more story to this, whatever that is that I'm looking at. Turn a little bit more to the north here. There we go. Let's check that line. Yeah, that should take me between the islands there. Or the island and the peninsula. That's one of the things you can do, though, as you travel around. You can look at the map, see if you can spot, like, ruins and stuff. Like, that straight line there implies there's probably a ruin up there somewhere. Especially when you see, like, a hard curve like that. Or hard right angle, I should say. It's easier when it's not wintertime, though. When it's wintertime and everything's covered in snow, you lose some of the color details that help you really spot those things. It's one of the advantages of the true color map. One of the disadvantages, though, is the topographical kind of details can get lost kind of easily in the map. Whereas you can get a better feel for the topographics of an area looking at the regular map. Because regular maps more like this color everywhere, but without like all the little flecks of green. You might get like a little bit of green for like a forest or whatever. There's also a lot of really interesting map mods out there for this game, that change how your map and cartography work. I haven't played with too many of those, so actually I haven't played with any of them. Might be something to experiment with in the future. Seeing if I see anything interesting on this little area of land here as we go by. These little green spots here are usually wild crops, by the way. You see, like, these really, like, kind of random, but clustered little spots of green. In case you're wondering. Little helpful tips. Let's turn north a little bit more. There we go. Got trader. That's a survival goods trader. Okay. Considerite up there. Not that I need considerite anymore. Not really. Got an art trader over there. It's interesting, the different types of traders. Now, there is some mod out there I want to play with a bit more that adds, like, NPC villagers that you can kind of, like, summon into, like, villages and stuff. But it requires you to find, like, an altar and turn it into a town center and stuff. Which that's something I want to know more about, because it looks like that's something that that particular mod generates in the world generation settings. Which is unfortunate. I'd rather be like a crafted item that I could like craft. There we go. And that's the, I think it's NDL Villagers mod. I'm using that in my Snowball Earth playthrough because it also gives you the ability to get traders that you can like set up little shops for and summon the traders through use of crafting like a special item that causes them to spawn after a certain amount of time. Very interesting mod. Not running it on this one, obviously. This is unmodded. Alright, let's see here. Let's turn south now. You can see that art trade or that survival trader over there. Kind of surprised it's still so cold out, even though it's March in this game. Like, don't get me wrong, March is still very early spring. Some people, but I'd expect it to be warming up some in the game. Part of the reason I worked through winter on getting steel and stuff. Alright, so let's turn south, or turn a little more east. This is our target over here. Here. Nope. There it goes. Oh, that's the problem. I was like, why wouldn't it let me move the map? Because I have the character sheet open. That's why. Try to decide where I want to park over here. So I seem to recall this area is fairly hilly and stuff through here. Yeah, it might be worth parking up here, where it's a bit more flat, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So let's remove this here. And we're going to do that, and we're going to say boat to give us a target. I'm going to pin it, make it a nice little star, save. There we go. Now we can aim at that on our mini-map. You can see right up here. we go. And that's when we'll switch over to elk-powered transportation. And at the rate we're traveling, we'll probably get there just after dawn. Or just before. And also, let's do a little more map clearing here. Because I'm just looking at this terrain, and there is a little bit of hills here, but it's not too much. And let us kind of come in on the north side of this, skip some of all this lake and wood terrain here. Be a little hilly over here, but we can come in towards this ag trader over there. I think that'll work well. Alright. Oh, it's getting cold out. -9 degrees currently in the game. Celsius. To be clear. Alright. Let's see here. How are we doing on food? Still got 3 days on that. Plenty of time on that. Alright. So we probably have another... Let's see here. We're not quite halfway to the Devastation yet. The main thing is we gotta avoid running into anything that kills us before we set a spawn point. Oh, did I bring my... That may have been the mistake I made. I've just realized what I left at home. I think I left my bone flute at home for summoning the elk. That may be the problem. Let's see here. Is it in here? Well, I have bones, so I can make another one. Alright. Yeah, I definitely left that at home. Yep. Alright. That was the mistake. Left my bone flute at home. Knew I was forgetting something. Oh, goodness. It's always one thing or another in this game. Like, did I grab everything? Grab the weapons? Yes. Armor? Yes. Food? Yes. Okay. Got the elk? Yes. I don't have the elk's flute to summon him. Should he get lost? Oh. Goodness. But that's a minor problem, if we're honest. Alright. Cut a little more due east here. I thought this looked a little flatter. Oh, that's just a hill. That's over there. Okay, so let's get into first person so we can kind of see where we're going to pull up a little bit. Go to half sails here so we can control our landing a little bit better. Oh, let's back in a little bit. We'll back in and swing her around a little bit. There we go. We're a little further north of the thing, but that's alright, because what we'll do is we'll just delete that one and redo it right here. There we go. Alright. We'll hop out. Let's grab the rest of our arrows, because we're going to want those. We're definitely going to want our bows. Gotta put that there. Grab that one and put it in the inventory here. Carry some extra torches just in case. Grab some extra bandages. Grab our poultice. Heck, I'll carry these arrows too, because why not? And I think that's all I need. Alright, come on, elk. Oh, that's not what I want. Mushrooms. Disembark. Hold on. Yep. Okay. Come on, elk. I need you to get out of the boat. Come here, elk. Yes, here. I need the rope, don't I? Hold on. Come on. Where's my elk? Elk. Come on. That's not what I wanted. Wait. Elk, have you been like... What's going on here? There it goes. Good lord. Alright. Let's get off the elk here real quick. Saddlebags, check. Alright. Anything else? Got a bet on him. Just making sure there's nothing I'm forgetting. Okay. Let's go. Alright, because we need to head towards... Not the lazarette. We need to head towards that one. Alright. We'll run. At full speed. Towards the lazarette. Or not the lazarette. Cool. We've already been to lazarette. Towards Devastation. Hopefully we not get jumped by any bears. Look, elk. It's another elk. Now that wild elk doesn't trust us, though. A lot of red clay over here. All right. Now, the main problem we've got is normally when you've got the colored map, as you can see when you got caves coming up, like little craters in the ground. But because of the snow, we don't have that. So let's go this way here. Kind of stay out of the forest a little bit. We don't run into a bear in close quarters. See, like there's a cave there. Oh, there's 2 bears. Look at that. 2 bears just right in front of us. Alright, so let's see if we can't avoid them. The good news is the elk auto climbs up the side of hills and stuff pretty nicely. And we're also much faster than the bear, which is good. As long as I don't get stuck somewhere. Like that bear that's coming at us. Out of the water. Elk. Please. So I don't like forests, especially on the elk. Come on. Great. I'm stuck and can't see, and there's a wolf attacking me. Alright. We've made it out of the forest. Oof. Forests are not your friend on the elk. And we're also going the wrong way. Alright. We're back on the right track here. It'd be great if we were heading to the lazarette. We're not heading to the lazarette, though. Well, this is very hilly. I don't like this. Alright. They're chickens, though. And there's a cave down there. We don't want to fall into the caves. Alright. Oh, we almost fell into that cave. Didn't even notice it. Alright. what I might do is kind of head towards the village, and then head from the Devastation to the village, or from the village to the Devastation, because it's a lot closer and gives us kind of a safe point to kind of head out from. Got another forest. Lots of forest around here. Yep, kind of cut through here. Less trees. And it's in the right direction. Alright, there we go. Made it through that. Alright. And we've gotten away from the bears. Now it's for... Now it's time for the elk boat. There we go. Sailing on our elk. Towards Devastation. Let's see here. We still got about 12,000 blocks to go. Give or take. Let's get into first person here. We're going to eat some food real quick. There we go. Pop that off. So we're going to grab just one of these. No, I don't really need to use the poultice here. This is our automated elk boat. The elk boat. Yeah, elk boat is best boat. It's got some storage, you know, it can go on land. It's great. Love elk boat. This is actually how I traveled to the village and, you know, the Lazaret as well. Just because, again, trying to find a way around this giant landmass with my sailing boat was just awful. Like, I couldn't find anything to get around it. Kept curving back around on itself, like even down this way. Just crazy. So, I ended up just using the elk. But there we go. So now we just got to get another, 12,000 or so blocks to get to the Devastation. But you having a good time? Having a good day? Oh yeah, no, this game is incredibly in-depth. Yeah, because, you know, obviously I played a lot of Minecraft back in the day. You know, I got it back when it was still in, like, alpha or beta testing in, like, 2010 or whatever. That it hit that point. And then played it for a lot. And then kind of fell out of vogue with it. And one of my friends was like, oh, hey, man, you got to go check out Vintage Story. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Me and the wife are enjoying a nice quiet night because our son is off at a friend's house having a sleepover. And of course, I'm streaming instead of spending time with my wife, but she knows the schedule. But yeah, no, I love Vintage Story. It's like all the survival games that because I love survival games. And to me, it's like, this is a survival game that I always wanted Minecraft to be. So, that's kind of my opinion on Vintage Story. But yeah, if you've got questions about stuff since you just bought the game, feel free to ask. You know, obviously, it's got the in-game handbook, which is very handy. But I've now done pretty much everything but the super late game technologies. I haven't finished the story yet. That's part of what this journey is about. This is like the second to last story location that's currently in the game. They have like 6 more story chapters they plan to add. I just finished my first time ever making steel a little while ago. I also haven't made cheese, technically. I know how to make the cheese in the game. I have not made cheese in the game. My wife's made cheese on a multiplayer server. I have not. I think that's mostly it. Oh yeah, I also haven't set up a beehive kiln or a coke furnace yet either. Or coke burner, whatever you call it. Yeah, there's a whole story. That's not just a survival game. Yeah, there's a whole story. But it doesn't force it upon you. You can completely ignore the story if you want. Matter of fact, if you want the elk mount, there's 2 ways to get it. You can tame an elk, which is something they actually recently added. That's like the last major update included the ability to tame your own elk. But before then, and as the way I still got my elk in this one, is if you do the first chapter of the story, you can then purchase an elk from the treasure hunter trader. Just so you know. He'll offer to sell you one, basically. And if you do the first chapter of the story, you get an item that he'll basically give you a discount on buying said elk. Which is what I did. Yeah. But yeah, no, the story is super cool. A lot of it's just learning the lore about what's going on in the world. Because have you talked to a trader in the game yet? Oh, there's a fish. Yeah, so that's so that means you're playing with the story content turned on, because one of the things they also changed in the last major update is they made it so that a treasure hunter trader is always near like the spawn-in location, and the treasure hunter trader is where you start the story content. So if you notice, one of the dialogue options is, "Hey, do you know of any interesting locations?" That's how you start it. You go and you do that, and he'll be like, "Well, you know, I know about this place, but I'm going to need you to trade me a little something for it." You know. And you trade him a thing, and then he gives you a map that tells you where to find it. And then that's how you get started. And from that, it's all just about learning about the different lore content and stuff, and all kinds of... This game's got a really in-depth lore. Like, the people doing like the story writing and all that for this game, fantastic. Alright. I want to set my elk to run speed, but I'm worried I'll fall into a cave or something in this particular terrain. I'm also resisting stopping and grabbing every flax plant that I'm passing right now. I compulsively grab, like, wild flax whenever I see it ready for harvest, normally, and I'm doing my best not to right now. Oh, huge peat bog right there. Okay. Looks like we're coming up on some more level terrain. Alright, we'll set the elk to run. Oh yeah, it's got tons of lore. And you don't even have to go to the story points to get the lore. You can actually find story by exploring, and you'll find basically like ruins and stuff around. Some of the ruins will sometimes have lore books in it that you can read, and they'll give you little stories about things that were going on previously. And then, of course, Since you're still new, do you know how you get your first bit of metal in the game to get from the Stone Age kind of into the, like, I have metal now, I can make, like, real tools and stuff? Do you know the process to get to that? And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I always look at my map like this when I'm out traveling. Currently working on it. You need to find clay for molds, but you haven't been successful. Yeah, clay can be interesting to find. Have you started panning for nuggets yet? Cool. So, you will occasionally get blue clay as a drop from panning. It's not super common, but you will get some. So, that can be kind of a temporary solution to get you a little bit of clay going. And also, clay may be closer by than you think. One of the things to check is to see how rainy it is in the biome you set up in. So if you haven't checked that, you can go to here and it'll tell you how common rainfall is in the area. If it's common, there's usually a good chance there's clay nearby. But the reason I was looking at the map is because as you wander around, obviously it reveals map stuff, and you can see things like this, where you can see traders on the map. That's what that is. That's a trader's caravan. You can also see ruins that way, like surface ruins. So it's just one of the things I do when I'm out traveling like this is I'll watch my map, see if I see anything interesting. Let's see here. About 10,000 blocks left to travel. Whatever that sound was. Just heard something out behind my house. Let's see here. How am I doing food-wise? Fresh for 2 days. Fresh for 3. 10. But yeah, once you get copper, you'll be pretty much set. You'll start figuring it out and taking up pretty well. Because then you'll get a pickaxe, and they'll let you do things like get a quern built, so you can have a mill running and make flour and stuff. That is a very consistent set of pops back there. I hope someone is not like just. I hope those are fireworks. We're gonna say those are probably fireworks. Someone must have had some left over from New Year's or something. All right. But yeah, so once you get a quern, then you can start making things like bread and pies, as well as leather. You'll need, if also, if you want to make leather in the game, you're gonna need lime, which you get from limestone or chalk. By the way. Oh, and don't get discouraged when you find hunting with a spear is a little difficult. It can be a little tough learning to throw the spear when you're starting out. The aim can be because it drops a lot when you throw it, and it's also got a semi-wide variance of left and right that it will go. But a little bit of practice, and you'll be hunting animals like a champ. Oh, there's another trader right there. You can see his little caravan. And this is some sort of pile of granite or sand. That one looks like it may have either a bunch of little plants on it, or it could be a ruin. I'm not sure. But we're going to go buy it, so we'll take a look. Yeah, this is my single-player vanilla playthrough currently. I have a multiplayer server that I run, actually, for my community. And I stream on there a lot, too, where I'm streaming. Matter of fact, I've actually got a stream where we all did the first story point of interest together, because several of them had never done the story content before. And so we all kind of did a big raid on the first story location. And we're going to be doing the second one probably next weekend. I wonder what that is. That could be a ruin over there. Not that I'm really stopping to investigate ruins. But yeah, this is my single-player vanilla playthrough. Yeah, there is a Discord community. Matter of fact, if you check my description, not of the stream, but on like my YouTube channel, I forgot to add it to the stream's description tonight. I actually have a link for my Discord and all that. Oh, there's a bear over there. See the bear? And a shiver. I was going to go check out that trader, but there's a bear and a shiver between me and the trader. Yeah. Matter of fact, I've got a couple of my players hanging out in there right now on the server. See that? Oh, that's a pit trap right there. I almost fell into that pitfall. Okay. Oh, got another cave. That's just a little overhang there. Oh, I can hear bees. Not that I'm going to come back over here to gather bees, especially when I already have my own bee farm back at base. Oh, there's a ruin over here. See, here's one of those surface ruins. And so you can, sometimes there'll be stuff up under these. And one of the things you can find is like different little storage vessels. You can find chests with stuff in them. You can find cracked vessels, which you can break and they'll drop some loot. You can also find bony soil in these, which have a different panning outcome than, say, gravel or sand. And you can get things like gold nuggets, obviously bones and stuff. Let's see if I can see anything of interest here, and I'll show you. Yep, there's a cracked. I think I saw a cracked vessel back over here. Alright, so let me get off my elk here real quick. Yeah, so like this. This is a cracked farming vessel, for example, and we could break it and get some random farm supply. Which I will, because this has actually turned out useful. So this one had a whole bunch of flax twine and flax in it. Matter of fact, it actually has enough for me to make another flax twine there. Two of them, actually. There we go. And then I can take that, and I can make another linen. So there we go. So for just stopping there, I got another linen, which I can use to either make bandages or whatever. And I think this one actually had two of these storage vessels, because I think I saw a storage vessel over in this one, too. Yep, I did. And this one's an ore vessel, for example, so this one would have some random ores in it. Probably copper is most common, but it does have like a loot table of things it could be. And if I wanted to, I could dig around, probably find some bony soil or something under it. But that's not what we're here for, so I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time doing that. Yep. As we continue our elk boat trip. But yeah. Now, our server that I'm running is modded, just so you know. I'm running about 18 to 20 mods, I think, right now on the server. And the game will auto-download them to join the server. Should you join. All right. There we go. So it depends on the mods. So some of the mods add, like the primitive survival mod adds like fishing, it adds the ability to smoke meat. It also adds things like crabs that you can encounter around lakes and stuff. It adds snakes you can find, things like that. There's a butchering mod which simply changes how you butcher animals. So normally to butcher and harvest an animal after you kill it, you just hold shift and right click on it with a knife. You can still totally do that. You're just not going to get as much animal product on the server. And instead, what you need to do is you need to build basically a butcher's table and some um, skinning hooks where you hang the animal body, because you can pick up the whole animal and you can put it on the hook and you skin it and let it bleed out, and then you can use the blood to make like blood bread and stuff. It just adds a much more immersive butchering setup, and it's all documented in the handbook what that mod adds. And then I've also added from Golden Combs, which adds some more advanced beekeeping stuff instead of just the regular bee shops. And then there's also a clothing mod that just adds more clothing options. Um, and then we have some quality of life mods. Oh, we also have a sluice mod that basically once you get your first bit of metal and you kind of get into the copper age, you can then make a sluice that will basically auto pan dirt and stuff for you. So you don't have to do it with your little wooden pan. Gotta think of what else. Said a lot of it's just like kind of quality of life type stuff beyond that. Oh, we also added better prospecting to make prospecting easier. You can still totally prospect the normal way, but better prospecting specifically gives you an actual reading of what's actually in the chunk you just prospected, which is one of the things I like about it. Instead of saying, it might have this, and then you have to dig around and see if you actually can find the thing you're looking for. That's one of the problems with the normal prospecting, is you could find a good reading for, say, iron or copper or something, but then never find the vein. Well, that's because what the prospecting does in the game by default is it reads the heat map of what is the chance of that spawning in this area, not whether or not it actually spawned. If that makes sense. And that's on the default long range prospecting. There's a short range prospecting option on the prospecting pick that checks the 6 block. Basically, it checks in a 6 block radius around where you break the block with the prospecting pick and tells you if there's anything in that radius. And that's accurate. That's accurate. That's actually how you find the things once you've checked to see if there's a good chance of it in that area. I should really do a tutorial on prospecting. Probably help a lot of new players. Hmm. Things to do. There we go. Top off my food bar real quick. Alright. And we'll go cross country here. Oh, those are Botorn. That's a lot of Botorn. I really don't want to get shot at by Botorn. Let me put that in my offhander real quick. There we go. Get my lantern out. It's a lot of drifters, too. What's my temporal activity at? Rift activity is just medium right now. Alright, let's get across here real quick. Oh, getting stuck in these trees. Alright, there we go. It's a nice open area. Okay. Might have not been the best direction to go. A lot of little ponds here. But there's tons of mods for this game, by the way. Tons of mods. Alright. Try and get through this area. Oh no, oh no. Okay, that was not a doom pit. Alright. I was afraid that was one of those straight down caves that you find sometimes. Goodness. Alright, how are we looking on terrain? Okay, so we just need to get past this water up here. Alright. I like the fact that the elk can just go up two block jumps. Oh, that's gonna be a fall. Poor elk, sorry, bud. Sorry, elk. At least this looks like mostly terrain. Got about 8,000 blocks left to go to get to the Devastation. Let's get up this hill here and out into this kind of open terrain. It looks open. Okay, there's a temporal rift right there. Let's get past that, though. There we go. Alright. Come on, up the hill. There we go. Alright. Why are we stuck? Oh, we're stuck under a tree. Okay. I almost went into a cave there. Do not recommend falling into caves with your elk, by the way. You know, that's what I didn't bring with me. Hold on. I didn't bring my pickaxe, did I? No, I did not. I definitely better not fall into any caves. I mean, at least I have my rope ladder, so I can get out. Getting the elk out might be a problem. Nope. Man, these temporal activities just being a pain right now. Alright. Oh, I see a trader over there. And a cave. Right there. Let's stay out of the cave. I think what we'll do is we'll go over to this trader and we'll pass the night here. Hear bees again. Where did I get these berries from? Must have scared a raccoon. So sometimes the raccoons in this game will grab berries off bushes, and if you startle them, they'll drop the berries. You can have them. Kind of funny. It can also be mildly a nuisance if you're if you've got a berry bush farm that you've been running, the raccoons will steal your berries. Oh, I'm just scared of Piglet. Yep. Stay elk. Good elk. Alright. Oh, good. You do have a bed. What kind of a trader are you, anyways? It's a commodities trader. And let's see here. He's buying a whole bunch of stuff I don't have with me. But he's selling some charcoal, nails, fire clay, peat, linen, lime. Oh, yeah. Just to be nice, what's your name? There you go. Leo. There you go. Alright. Good night. Hopefully this will... yes, actually, fences are great for keeping animals away. Matter of fact, one of the things you can do, besides putting fences around your berry bushes, obviously, they'll keep the animals out of your berry bushes, is if you get into beekeeping in the game... Leo, get out of the way, man. Leo. Out. Dude. Dude. Thank you. Good Lord. The... got a boat one around here somewhere. But the raccoons will steal your honey from your beehives as well, by the way. And break your beehives, because that's how they have to do it. Give me your boat one. Bad boat one. And so if you put your bee skeps on top of fence poles, because of the way it calculates the height of fences, it actually puts your bee skeps out of reach of the raccoons. There we go. I didn't think of the word. All right, there we go. Now we can see during the day. That's a wolf chasing me. Come on, elk, I need you to get up the hill away from the wolf. There we go. Alright. Yeah, hunting can be tough. It takes practice. Trust me, it takes practice. And once you get a bow, it makes it easier. Oh, goodness. Are you playing with the class recipe system on, or you got that turned off? Because if you've got it turned off, you can make yourself a crude or a simple bow pretty easy. And use a bow, which will give you a little better accuracy when it comes to hunting. Now, bows also do a little bit less damage, especially if you're using the crude arrows. But it does make life a little easier when it comes to hitting the target, though. He just shows commoners since you're still learning. Yeah, I understand that, but what I'm asking is, when you created the world, did you turn class recipes on or off in the settings for your world? Because some of the recipes are limited to certain classes, normally. I'm stuck on that tree. I think I can get up here. Yes, I can. There we go. But yeah, no, like in this playthrough, I'm playing a commoner, so... And then I have the class recipes turned off, so any class can make any recipe. Is there a default setting by choice? I think default, it's turned off, so that you don't have to worry about it. I think. Here, oh, oh no. Ooh, I cleared that jump. This is becoming a very dangerous little piece of terrain I'm passing through. I think by default it's turned off. I'd have to double check that. Oh, come on, out of the tree. There we go. An easy way to check would be to check to see if you can make a sling as a commoner, which is just a piece of like leather or a pelt and some rope. And the recipe, and like you know, if you can make one, then they're turned off, you'll be fine, and you can make whatever you want. Sling would also be a decent weapon for you if you're starting off. It's got pretty good accuracy, it's just low damage. But it only uses rocks as ammunition, so you don't have to, like, make arrows or anything. Matter of fact, in our multiplayer game where I'm playing a Malefactor, which is the class that normally makes the slings, there's a bear. Let's run past the bear. I actually love using my sling just because of its accuracy, even though it's kind of low damage. But yeah, when I first played, I also just jumped in, didn't change any of the default settings. Have a good one. Yeah, and I've also got some on mods and stuff. If you have questions about specific mods, and if you have things you want me to do videos on that I haven't, feel free to ask. I mean, I've gone a bad direction here. There we go. Go on. Up the hill, please. I'm stuck in this tree. I'm stuck in the tree. Up the hill. Oh, there we go. The cave. I may be stuck in the cave. Oh, I just barely missed that cave. This is a dangerous spot. Go away, Drifter. Alright. Alright. Think I've made it past the super dangerous area? Alright. How are we doing map-wise? Yeah, we're making decent progress. Still got about 5,000 blocks to go. Eat some food here real quick. Last serving out of my crock. My porridge. Alright. Sandy train shouldn't be too dangerous to run across here. Although I do see hole in the ground to my north and south, so we better still keep a weary eye out and not fall into any holes. I'll be honest, falling into a hole with an elk, not fun. Did it once. It's not fun to figure out how to unbury your elk from the hole. That was a hole right there, actually, under that sand. Another pit right there. Lots of pits around tonight. Alright. Yeah, you can use the bone flute. The problem is I left my bone flute back at base. And forgot to bring and don't have a bone with me right now to make a new one. It's one of those things if I checked everything except for making sure I had the bone flute. Now, as long as it's not like a super deep pit, I should be okay, because I do have like ladders and stuff. I can figure out a way out if something happened. What I might do is stop and kill an animal, just get a bone. Make a bone flute. Make him find like a wolf just wandering around or something. But how's it going? Good to see you back, Samantha. Got just over 3,000 blocks left to get to the Devastation here. Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. We're almost to the Devastation. We're just shy of 3,000 blocks out. Oh, trader. Yeah, pull up to the side of the trader here, see if we can't find a source of bones real quick. Here we go. Stay elk. Alright, what kind of trader are you anyways? Building materials. Not that I have anything to trade with them. But I wanted his name just because I'm nice. Old Eyes. Huh, that's a great name. Alright. Not seeing much in the way of animals out here. Alright, well, we'll continue on. We'll keep an eye out for animals. Oh, there was something new. That was a hole. See, that was a straight drop. That would have been bad. That I would have struggled with. Fixing if my elk fell into that one. Another cave. There's a rabbit. Rabbit's not gonna give me the right type of bones. I need, like, a deer or something. Let's see here. Alright, let's keep going. See if we can't get up this hill. I love the ability of the elk to climb. There we go. I need is more flat terrain. Let's go north a little bit. Looks a little flatter over here. Ruins. Here, chicken. Chicken's not going to give me the bone I need to make the bone flute. Let's see here. For a second there, I was like, what is that I'm seeing in the distance? It's a tree with a big rock floating behind it. I was very confused there for a minute. It was like, I'm about to be like, that was a very strange ruin over there. Alright. Oh, look at this. Look at this ruin. As I fall into the pit, just like I was trying not to do. Like a little Stonehenge type thing. Look at this. It's like a little Stonehenge-y thing. Bet there's some sort of, like, interesting thing if I dug up under this. I just feel like... Alright. That's not what we're here for, though. Alright. Actually, let me stop a second. Check my map. It's gonna be my best route. That's real hilly over there. That's some sort of ruin type thing over there. No, we'll swing down towards the coast here. Let's see here. Any, like, bones or anything just out and about? Besides me getting stuck in a tree. Just seeing if I see anything to give me a bone or something. but not seeing any. Alright. We're going to take the coast. Feel like that's going to be the safer bet on journeys here. Okay. As long as we don't cause a rock slide here with the gravel. There we go. Need to cut kind of through this hillside here. We're almost even, so we don't want to go too much further south. I don't want to fall into that pit either. Or that one. A lot of impact craters around here that could be... we can see the devastation there on the horizon. You see that big brown sky dome blob? That is the devastation. Alright, so we've made it, folks. I just gotta figure out where we want to park the elk here. Once we get a bit closer. What kind of biome is this one? Is that like... I'm not sure what kind of sand that is. Alright. Let's see here. I hope it's not like islands all the way to the devastation there. We'll just get in the water real quick. Alright. Yeah, it's going to be across this water here. Interesting. Well, this is my first time going to the devastation. Wonder how big of an area it covers. Oh, look, couple seashell back there. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we're getting close. It's getting darker. About 1,000 blocks out. Yeah, 1,700. 1,700 out. I wonder if it can extend into the ocean. Since it seems to be close to ocean here. The temporal rift opened up underwater there. That's kind of funny. But I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm glad y'all are here with me, enjoying our journey to the devastation. Alright, let's see here. That's the little island. Don't really need to get off here at the island. Just go across it real quick. I bet it's going to be this landmass right here. It's going to have the devastation on it. I wonder if there's any, like, traders nearby. Just because that would be funny. I'm sure there's none inside the Devastation. But I wonder if there's one on, like, the very edge of the Devastation. I wonder what it looks like on the map. Guess we'll find out soon. You can see it, that big brown blob there on the horizon. There's a ruin up there. We're just over 1,000 blocks away. And based on that, and the size of the dome on the horizon, I'm going to guess the Devastation's probably 500 to 600 blocks across, maybe 1,000. Not sure. It's going to be big, though. I just hope I can find a place safe enough to park the elk. And I did bring some tools with me, so I can build him a little safety spot if I need to. I foolishly did not bring a pickaxe with me. Alright. Can we see it on the map yet? Doesn't look like it. Alright, looks like we still got some space, some distance to go. I mean, obviously we do, but we're about to hit the 1,000 block mark. Alright. Oh, man, look how dark it is over here. Because of this. It is also evening, though. So let's get our lantern out. Oh no. Oh no. I can't believe I walked out of that with my elk. Look at that. That was sneaky. It hid that one in the bushes for me. That one was just a pit trap just waiting on me right there. I'm just happy I got my elk back out of that. Let's see here. How much longer has that got on it? One day. Good thing it's almost done. Alright. Probably brought more food than I needed. But you know what? Oh, you can see it on the map. Look at that. That is nasty looking. Oh, wow. You can see it in the distance now, too. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull up right here. Get off my elk. Grab bag. Here, we're going to put down our little mat right there. Grab a few sticks real quick. Let's see here. What's the activity looking like? Medium? Okay. And we're going to take a couple of these sticks, and we're just going to make a fence real quick. Not that I'm going to fence him in. I'm going to tie him off. There you go. Stay. Good elk. You can sit down. Alright, let's see. What time is it? Like 9 p.m. Well, I didn't really want the tree seeds. Got chickens. Amazing. Alright. I think I will do a little bit more fence work. Gotta secure us a little semi-safe point. That's sandstone. That's what kind of rock this is over here. I do want that piece of flint. There we go. One more little set of fences. we go. Alright. It's mildly safe. But there's the Devastation. Wow, look at that. Oh, there is a trader right there. You can see him. I kind of want to ride up there. Alright, so we'll sleep through the night, and then we're going to ride up to that trader just to see what kind of trader it is, and we'll park the elk there. The elk can live at the trader's place. But man, alright, I'm kind of excited. Yeah, that's good enough. Good enough. Go to bed at like 8 p.m. here in the game. Hopefully we don't get jumped by drifters or anything. There we go. We woke up. What time is it? Oh, the ice is moving in. It's like 3 a.m. Finish off this forage here. Hey, elk. Put this in here. As well as that. Don't need that anymore. I'll keep the axe. I'll leave that stuff on you for the moment. Let's pick this back up. That's not what I meant to do, but that works. Let's attach that back to the elk. Oh, I did put a cooking pot on the elk. Alright, where's my rope? Let me have that rope. Alright. Keep my rope. Let's head towards that trader real quick. There we go. Because that'll give me a good frame of reference to keep the elk at. Hello, chickens. That was due north of us here. Alright, let's see here. Another hole in the ground. See, these pit traps are trying to get me. Alright, have a looking. Sound a hole in the ground. Alright, pig. Back here, pig. Nope, nope, pig. No, pig. Gotcha. You drifter. Where you at? Which one? It's a lot of you guys. Guess we're doing this. Alright. Come on, drifters. Is that Boathorn? Boathorn, where you at? There you are. Get away from my pig. There. Good lord. I just want the pig so I can go on and make my bone flute. There we go. What is that? Alright. Yeah, I'll take all this. That's fine. We'll put it on the elk. Now, these bones. Alright, come here. Good Lord. Drifters are out today. In force. Alright, nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. That one either. Alright, back to the elk. Thankfully, I have an elk medallion, so I know where my elk is most of the time. This bow torn too. Nothing on you either. Alright. So now we can make the bone flute. Which is what I wanted the pig for. Because he decided to come running up at me anyways. There's the trader right over there. Alright, so bone flute. And then it's this, right? Yep, bone flute. There we go. Bone flute acquired. Cool. Come on up. Do the trader. Oh, that's why that pig was so aggressive. He's got a little piglet there. Alright. Oh, we got a lot of fire clay here. Or not fire clay, but red clay here that I don't need. Alright. You know, I wonder if this trader knows that he's living next to, like, the Devastation. Alright, here we are. Okay, elk. Stay here, please. This luxury merchant is set up next to the Devastation, folks. What's your name, bud? Rote. Okay, Rote. Do you sell anything interesting from the Devastation? Okay, here's why he's next to the Devastation. He's selling Forlorn Hope armor that he's salvaged, I bet. I bet, you know, that's his entire shtick. And other stuff that the Forlorn Hope are apparently carrying. This Silver Fox is actually pretty cool. It's not... Let's see here. Let's compare it to my Steel Fox. I don't have my Steel Fox on me. I think it's got slightly less durability. But it's kind of cool, you know. He's only paying 2 gears for a silver ingot. Nah, man. Nah. Alright, well. Good luck with your business here, Root. Okay, let's get ourselves decked out here. First things first. Let's put the extra equipment in here that we don't need. I mean, I guess I could cook that meat up. I don't have any firewood, so it doesn't matter. Never mind. The rope. We'll take this. This can go over here. There we go. Chainmail. Gotta put on our real armor. And then the other thing is we're switching this out for the glider. And we're going to want our iron Fox. Or Steel Fox. No, they have the exact same stats. Steel Fox and the Silver Fox. I guess it's just decorative then. Okay. Anything else? I think that's it. I'll leave the torches. Looks like I don't need them. Alright. Move this down. I'm going to reorganize my inventory just slightly here. Go. Alright. Now the question is, where do I set my respawn point? That's the real question. Because I don't want it too far outside the Devastation. Alright, well. We'll go in here. Poke around a little bit. See if we can't find the important place of interest here. Let me eat this pie real quick. Did I bring my... I brought my healing stuff. Good. Alright. Wanted to make sure I had my healing equipment on me. There we go. Topped off on pie. Get the iron sword out. Especially since I'm going to be burning through calories like crazy now that I'm wearing my chainmail. I hope there's not random holes in the ground like this in the Devastation. Oh, the music's changing on us. You want to see the Devastation, dear? Yep, my wife's watching the stream. Devastation growth. Look at this. Yeah, this is the Devastation. Like, look at that. It's nonsense. It's crazy nonsense. Huh? I could harvest that. In theory. Like, look at that crazy just thing there. Devastation soil. Rusty iron block. Ah, this place is creepy. Interesting and creepy. And I'm pretty sure my character does not have enough tetanus shots to be here. The random just like bits of green in here. Shiver over there. Yeah, get. Bad shiver. Coming back? Hmm? Oh, you're corrupted, shiver. That hurt. Let's get away from that there. Let's patch up a little bit. Alright. Man, this place gets weirder the further in we go. Devastation rubble. Devastation growth. Interesting. There's another corrupted shiver. Sure. Gonna come back? You gonna come back? Figure it out. It's like it waits for me to turn around to attack. Yep, there he goes. I'm glad I brought my shield. Alright. Now, let's patch up again. I don't know that I brought enough healing for all of this. This huge rusty gear. Look at all this nonsense. Devastation soil. These weird blocks. Ruined bookshelf with books. Let's see, can we get up in this nonsense? What's that? Ruined chamber something. Ruined flasks. We're up here. I'll just beat you while you're spazzing out. It's fine. Dang sugar. Alright, we're gonna keep moving since they're kind of starting to close in on us here a little bit. What kind of drifter are you? Tainted? Tainted's tough, but not the end of the world. We can deal with a tainted drifter. There you go. Take the flax off of him. Oh, look at this crazy glowing mass over here. I don't want to fight the Boatworn. I want to fight the Boatworn. Rusted pipe. Quartz glass. What's that down there? Rusted pipe. Just books. Alright. Hello, Shiver, or Boatworn. Here. There we go. One less corrupted Boatworn. Or tainted, sorry. Okay, well, I don't like the one that's shooting at me, though. I can see the point of interest in the distance, though. I'm going to get over here to it. Bad Shiver. Yep. All right. And just look at all this crazy stuff in here. Oh, kind of Shiver. Where'd you go? Dodging. You gonna come back? You gonna finish this fight, Shiver? Yeah, you're still thinking about it. There you are. Oh, hello. That's the big bad. Didn't like that. Nope. Let's get rid of this Boatworn here. Get rid of that before that becomes a problem. Okay. Here we are. We now have the ability to use our time shift ability. Which, to show you what the time shift ability does, it's this. Look at that. No more devastation. No more monsters. I can eat my pie in peace. There we go. That's our new time shift ability we get being in here at Devastation. And see, now we can go downstairs. Look at this. See, now we can go down in here. And there's like even a chest in here with some rusty gears, which we'll take, and some solder, and a ruined lectern. You know, got this cool lamp. Look at that. A book stand. Nice chair. You cannot change the past, though. Hold on, let me get my lantern out. What do you have here? Some draft instruments, some inscrutable machinery. Great. Ooh, books. Can I have the books? No, it won't let me have the books. Can't change that. Alright. And then if we do this again, be like, it's a rusted heavy door. Like, look at this. We can hear our weird bird friend up there complaining. Let's do this again. Come back up here. Oh, this way is blocked. Interesting. So, is there like another door? Oh yes, there's this door. Large gate with heavy bolts. Let's go around. Make sure we're not missing anything else. Let's see here. Oh, so you can see in through here. And this brings us back downstairs. So, what I do know about this place is it is basically like a time puzzle. So, like we can't open it here. So we have to, like, get downstairs. Basically, using this. And, like, we can't change anything here. At least it says we can't. So if I do this, can't mess with that. What about this? There's got to be some way past this door. What am I missing here? Oh, wait, I wonder. Yeah, I think that's it there. No? No, that's still just a hole. Okay. What am I missing here? Oh, hello. Alright, alright. I think I figured it out. Okay, so let's get to here. Let's do this. Nope. Is it this? Nope. No. Where is it? Because we kind of think we need to get onto there, basically. Yeah, I think we have to go through that door there. Okay, so what's the trick here? Yeah, I can see, like, we need to get up in there. But we can't quite jump high enough to do it. Alright. Can I add things to this? Can. Interesting. This feels like I'm supposed to do something with this. Okay, so that's gone. It's a large ruined crate. Huh. Let's put something in it. Let's put one thing in that. Let's put that away. Nope. We did keep my flax fiber in there. That's fascinating. What if I do it up here? Is there anything up here? Nope. This is different. Only scrolls, man. Look at this. Oh, the crate is empty, though. So let's go back. So that stays open. This table's still here? Yeah, the table's still here. So it's definitely through that doorway that I need to get to somehow. And what about these tables? Those are still here? Yeah. Alright. Definitely feels like I should be able to, like, get up onto this. If anyone's got any ideas of what I'm missing here, let me know. Wait. I almost had it. Felt like I almost had it there. Remove decor. It's interesting. Actually, I know one thing I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to go back outside really quick. And do this. Wait, no, hold on. Let's not do that in the past. There we go. Okay. There we go. Feel better about that now. Alright. Let's get my sword back out. In case you're wondering, that's the boss of the tower, by the way. We have to defeat that thing. Okay, so we definitely have to do something down here. I just don't know how to get to it yet. Do I need the solder? Is that it? Hold on, let me check something. It looked like I was losing temporal stability there for a second. Nope. Don't know. Weird. Alright. So it says we can't change anything here in the past. We definitely need to get up there. There's that. Tank. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. No. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't go through there. Back on the table. See, it definitely needs to be. No, we can't go through the iron door. So even if we go back to the back to the past, see, like it won't let me change it. It won't let me open it. It's clearly this wooden door up here. See, that's interesting. I can open the wooden door. Does that do anything? Let's see here. Oh, it stays open. See, it definitely feels like I should be able to jump up on this shelf here. And then hop across to me. But I can't quite get up onto it. This table, like if this table was here, I could do it. Or if I could move, you know, thing. Maybe if I take off my chainmail. Let's put that in here. Nope. Yeah. Right. I forgot I can do that. Nope. See, it definitely feels like I need to be able to get up there. Hmm. And see, it won't let me destroy it either. Because we're in a POI. Maybe by higher power. Not letting me mess with any of this stuff, really. Alright. How do I get past this? Vintage story. Alright. Okay. Time switch. Oh, okay. I see. I had to go look it up for a second. Alright, so we need to come up here and basically do the time switch right around here. Nope, that's the wrong button. There we go. And then that gets us onto here. And then we can hop across. Okay. I had to go look that up there for a second, folks. Alright, so there we go. So now if we time switch back, we can do it from the back here, I think. Alright, anything in any of these crates? No? Not going to give me any loots? Oh, something back here. What if I do this? Okay. Can I get back here now? Oh, that's interesting. So I have to go forward in time to get into this room. More bookshelves, I think. And then if we do this again... Nope. Just stand on this. Okay, what about... let's do this. Nope, that's... I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, that's completely collapsed. That's why. Alright. Nope. Can't. Oh, that's how you block, by the way. Interesting. Okay, I think I see what I'm supposed to do here. I think I'm supposed to basically get around on top of this box. Time shift. Here. Time shift. There we go. There we go. Got conduits and stuff in here. Ah. This is here. It's a time shift. Oh. That's interesting. Alright, so what's the trick to this one then? Do I go back up this way? Nope, that's that door. So, nothing up this way. But it looks like I can hop up onto that. And then hop up onto this. Yep. Alright. And then onto that. Then into here, maybe? Nope. Didn't quite make it. Hop. 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 Okay. Okay. I think you're supposed to get onto that there. Because I also know there's some where you have to, like, do the time shift mid-jump. I do know that part. Okay. Hop. There we go. What happens if I just time shift? Nope, can't do it. Okay, let's see here. Let's get onto this one. Time shift. Nope, won't let me do it there. Okay, hold on. Let's time shift real quick. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. That's why it won't let me do it there. So I have to get on top of this one before I time shift. Okay. Okay. Missed that jump. This one's really testing your parkour skills, right? Okay, so there's that. There we go. All right, so we're complicating it. Why? There we go. Up here. Looks like we've got a couple of doors we can go into. What's down this way? Oh, we got a room. Can't pick that up. Lots of rooms in here. Okay. A lot of this doesn't look like it does anything. Alright, what about over here? Oh, we got another chest with some electrum bits and a brass plate and a rough diamond. I mean, that's some good loot, but I'm not here for loot, per se. Okay, so if I time shift here... Can't do it here. What about here? Nope. No time shift. What about down here? Time shift? Oh. Oh, hello. Oh, this is weird. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna like stand on... Alright. Okay. Can I like walk? I can walk. Okay. That is trippy. Oh, but this way is now open. That's interesting. I mean, it's like just a repeated hallway of nonsense, but it's open, technically. Right over here. Okay. What am I supposed to do in this room? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's where I came from. Okay. Wait. Can I go back this way and then time shift? No. No, but I can go up, though. That's what I was missing. How do I get up in here? Okay. One of these I can go up on. So it's like this one here. Nope. Maybe not. It definitely looked like the right solution, though. Anything in here I can go up and... Can't mess with any of that? Nope. With other places with like weird oddities like that. It's definitely got to be that one I was in. It's definitely got to be something to do with this here. Because here we go. So we're up on top of that. Okay, here we go. I was just too far forward. That was the problem. Nope. There we go. And now we're in this room. Well, what if we time shift now? Oh, we are underwater, but we have a tank that we can swim through. Okay, now we're in this room. And there's more stuff in here. We got a ruined lantern, a whole bunch of copper, a large glass tank, a music box. Take the rusty gears. Alright, well that one was certainly interesting. Okay, so I'm going to guess, yeah, that's the door we were looking at before. And now this. Yeah, we can't open it, so we have to go down through here. Okay. Let me guess, when I do the whole, like, time thing, yep. That's gone. And then let's get into here. And we'll do that. There we go. Okay. This has just been a fascinating, like... Oh, I'm starving. I'm like, why am I panicking? Why am I taking damage? It's because I'm not eating. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Let's finish that off. There we go. Alright. Okay. Now, is there anything in here worth taking? Brass plate, soldering iron, candle stubs, quartz, more solder. The brazier's kind of cool. Alright, what's in here? We're back in this room, I think. Okay. Granite rock. Can I mess with any of this? What happens if I do it in here? Okay, so there's that. What's different about this room? Oh. This looks like a climby puzzle. Yeah, okay. We're up here now. I feel like we want to be on this, maybe. Is this a climby puzzle? Oh, it is a climby puzzle. Okay, okay. Hold on. We're gonna have to be Johnny on the spot on this one. Alright. There we go. Now, back this way. Okay. Because now we need to get onto... Let's see, where do we want to go? We need to get, like, onto this. Up here somewhere. Right? Yep. It's gonna be... So, our goal is trying to get on top of this stuff, I think. I think I was going the wrong way, too. Because I think, like... No, that's not going to be quite right. Okay. Got that. Alright, so we're going to get on top of this. Right, so... Okay. Clearly want to go somewhere from here. But that broken pipe's in the way. That doesn't work. So we can just go across here. That gets us up there just fine. Now the problem is, how do we get over there? So we need to get to the open door up there. Oh, I fell off. Wait. Looks like we need to be... Oh, interesting. Okay. Because the block that was here is gone. Okay, so if that block's gone... Okay. Do I need to somehow hop up on top of that? I mean, this is open. Can I just go up here? Maybe I was just overcomplicating that. No one pay attention to that. It's fine. I'm sitting here trying to figure out a jump puzzle that didn't exist. No, it says this is blocked. Okay, here we are. Yep. That's exactly what it was. I was trying to figure out a jump puzzle that I didn't need to. Okay. So, there's some reason for me to be... Okay, I got it. I got it now. Up here. Turn around. Jump over here. Oh, I can make the jump. Jump over here. I can make the jump. Come on. Jump. Come on. I just made this a second ago. There we go. Jump here. And then jump there. And jump here. Ooh, missed it. Okay. At least we finally figured out where the jump puzzle is. Missed it. Dang it. Alright. Alright. Devastation is hard. Because it's a real test of your parkour. Okay, you gotta run and jump that, otherwise you're not gonna make it. There we go. So we've made this one. So now we need to do what? We need to get like on top of this somewhere. Which one's gonna be our best bet? I think this one maybe? Yeah, I feel like this one's gonna be the one we want. Or not. Hurt myself. Okay. Also eat this pie. Okay. Go, made that. Maybe I'm overcomplicating this. Hold on. There we go. So let's just... Nope. Just hopping and doing it doesn't do it. Wait. That was it. I was supposed to get in here. Or... not? Oh, alright. But it's probably in here. Then this. Nope. This is a death trap, isn't it? I've trapped myself in this, haven't I? Okay. Alright. Made it out of that death trap. Okay, so that is not the right answer. Oh, goodness. Alright. Anything over here that I need to worry about? No, this is where I came from originally. Okay. Okay, so that was not the right answer. Alright. That was a death trap. Alright, so... it is not the copper pipe. Hmm. It definitely feels like it's supposed to be just like on top of one of these or something. These are like just slightly too high up to jump onto, I think. Although, that copper pipe almost looks right. The fact that it turns there. Hmm. Let's see here. Okay, nope. Apparently, this is telling me that this is the way. I just checked online. Oh, there it is. I was missing this right here. There we go. Now we've made it. Okay. Oh, we got a crate here that's empty. Okay, what happens if I time switch in here? Oh, there's loot in this crate. Oh, look at this. We've got a ruined cache. That looks cool. Iron. Oh, I want those iron bits. Yeah, I was taking the iron bits and the rusty gears and more rusty gears. What's this thing? Locust parts. Pot shards, brass plate, butterfly pin. Lots of this solder. Broken anvil. Sundial. I kind of like this ruined cache, though. That looks super cool. Like, I wish I could take that with me. Alright, let's switch back. So, I'm gonna guess we need to go in here. A lot of swimming in this. Okay. Oh. Okay, never mind. It's not the right? Or is this one of those where, like, I gotta get up here and, like, do something? Hold on. Let's get down here real quick. So let's do this real quick. Alright. Give myself a chance to eat a little bit, and then we'll figure it out. There we go. And also heal up a little bit. Also, make some more flax twine real quick, just out of some of this flax I've been getting. There we go. Alright, so let's time shift. Get our lantern out, and then time shift. Yep. Okay, that was the trick. Step slightly. Okay. How do I get out of this? There we go. Got out of it. Okay. So we finally made it into here. Lovers and stuff. There's a whole bed in here. What happens if I time shift? Ah, we can open the front door. Oh. This is like the elevator room. Oh, look at this bed. I like that. I want that bed. Anything in this chest? Ooh, we got a temporal gear. Yes, I will take the temporal gear. And some more rusty gears. And we got some parchment. An astrolabe. Broken anvil. A Jonas assembly. Okay. That's worth taking. I'll leave the flint for that. Alright. Up. Go up. Go down. Nope. Call elevator. Elevator is not working. I guess we'll take the stairs. Nothing in that chest. Can I have this lantern? No. Oh, we can open that window. How nice. Alright. Oh, okay. No floor there. Got it. Let's just come back down here real quick. So Y to here. And then there's like no floor there. What if I stand on like this? Anything I can stand on up here? Like there was a floor like right here, I think. Nope. Not quite. So no floor there. Alright, so let's see here. Where can I stand up there? Okay, if I stand on this side, it looks like there's floor. Alright. Alright. So back into here. And we'll stand like right around here, I think. Okay, so there's floor here. Here we are. We'll just hop the wall. There we go. Now we're nice and inside. I can hear you up there, bird. Yeah. Alright. Elevator still doesn't work. Oh, now the elevator works. Brazier. Lots more random parts. Can't have the book? No. Okay. Where do we go from here? Oh, got some more rusty gears. We'll take. More iron. Free iron's always good. Ruined claw. Interesting. Okay. It looks like the only way up from here is the elevator. Water tank of some sort. Oh, we got a breed chest. Interesting. Okay, can I go up? Do I have to do this with an empty hand? I can pet the elevator. I'm so confused. It definitely looks like I need to use the elevator to go up. But how? Okay. Or wait. Wait, hold on. Oh my. Yeah, okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to, like, climb my way up here. So. Oh, I hear you, bird. Everyone hears you. So I think I need to climb here. So it looks like the elevator doesn't work to go up the thing. Alright, nope. Maybe over here? Let's see here. What's my best route? This it? Yeah, this is it. Here we go. Now we're up a level. We're getting closer. Alright. So here we are. We're up here. Let's call the elevator again. Yep, what is this? Inscrutable machinery again. More inscrutable machinery. Can I go up this time? Nope, not gonna let me go up. Alright. So looking at this, let's stand on... stand on this. Nope, doesn't like that. Can I stand on the elevator and change? Yes, okay. Alright, what's going to be my route up? I think I can hop onto that. Oh no. Oh no. I have fallen to a bad spot. No. No. Don't make me start over. Don't make me start over at the bottom. It's gonna make me start over at the bottom. Ah. There. Okay. At least the front door's open now. Hello, Botorn. Oh, you're just a surface Botorn. What are you doing here? Are you lost, little surface Botorn? Oh, why is this open? Okay, I can open it from here. Okay. Wait a minute. Can I take the elevator back up? Elevator? Call elevator. Oh. It just looked like the elevator was there. Nope. Still not going to let me go up. Okay. Well. Alright. I can see why this place kind of drives people crazy a little bit. There we go. Alright. At least we've kind of got it figured out. Alright, so now we kind of have to hop up over there. Right, no, it's this one. It's this way. That's right. Okay. And now we were up here. And now... I don't want to do that. Let's see here. This. Call the elevator. I think it's something to do with this pipe, if I had to guess. Alright. Yeah, that actually looks like it might be something to do with that pipe, so... Okay. Nope. There we go. So you had to hop up onto that while pressing Y. Okay, so now... Don't want to fall down there, per se. Can I make it over to this piece of pipe? Maybe? Or can I make it onto that, maybe? Yeah, I think I can make it onto that. Yes. Okay, there we go. Over to here. Okay. Can I get over to this piece of pipe, though? What's going to be my best jump from here? I think just straight across over here. Or not. Ooh, I almost fell. Almost fell. Okay. See if I can't find a little safer route. Because I kind of need to get up onto that, I think. I can hear a boat horn shooting at me. Alright, so let's get onto this. Let's do this. Right here, maybe? There it goes, yeah. So onto this. And then... yeah, I can hop here. Nope. Okay, so not there. Alright. So it is the way I was going. Alright. Do this. Hop, come on. There we go. Made it here. We can... yeah, we can make this jump. That's fine. Oh, no. Okay. Don't do that. At least that saves me from fall damage. I'm going to take a moment to eat some pie here. Well, oh, goodness. All of this just so we can get to the top of this tower and fight a giant bird monster. Alright, so up here. Here. Walk around here. It's one of those things, once you kind of figure it out, you're like, good. Then, over here, up to here, up to here, up to here, up here, up here. Yep. And then, oh yeah, I have to get over closer to here. There we go. Elevator's already here. Okay. Let's see here. What am I missing? What am I missing? Okay, so second floor is the iron door. Third floor is explored case. Interrupted staircase. Okay, so, alright. So I was doing this right. There we go. So, get onto here. Then... floating debris. Okay, so I think I do need to get, like, over onto that. Understand correctly. So it says northward. The brick paths to the northwest. So that over there. So floating debris. Hit your head, knocking you to the floor. Sorry, folks. I'm having to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing here. I think I'm supposed to jump that way. Yeah, okay, I am. Alright, so make sure we can jump. Jump over to here. Gotta watch out for this one. And probably just need to do a running jump. There. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we can get up here. 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 Do not like that. Very, very many holes. Alright. Oh, we are on the outside of the tower. Alright, don't move. Okay. Alright. Hop. Hop, let's get to here. Now. Okay, let's call the elevator. Alright. Oof. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, I did grab some of the solder, so you should grab solder. Another Jonas assembly. Let's grab that. That's important. Okay. So we have a broken staircase here. We have... Okay. Alright, looks like we can hop onto this, maybe? Yeah, so maybe if we hop to, like, here? No. No, don't like that. No. Okay. Okay. Doesn't like that. Alright, so here to here does not work. Alright, so what changes? What changes? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's tricky. That is tricky. Hold on. Alright, so basically if I see this right, I need to jump here while doing this. So if we jump while moving forward. Yep. See, I almost had it. I almost had it. I overshot just slightly. Because see, that moves down just slightly. So like if we... Alright. Jump. And there we go. We're here. And then let's wait for it to recharge. And then... let's jump and alt. Okay, okay, so that's the trick. That's the trick. Got it. Alright. So... jump forward. Ah, missed it. Okay, okay. We're just a little off. It's alright. There you go. Okay. Jump board. Wow, missed it. Alright. Alright, let's get it back around over here. Okay. Man, this one's tough. This one is tough. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, and... Ooh, made it. Okay. There we go. Call the elevator up here. And we are close to the top. Like, that's the top floor up there, I think. Let's do anything in here? I mean, there's a balcony. Alright. Let's stand on the elevator, maybe? Okay. Alright, so we're up here. Oh, no. Oh, man. Okay. Alright, let's slide over just a little bit. Nah, mess that one up. Alright. There we go. At least we didn't go all the way down to the bottom. Okay. Gotta wait for it to recharge. Go. Alright. Back up here. Alright, so we know if we just do this right here. Okay. Let's see. I'll look around a little bit. Alright, so let's walk around just a hair. We have all those bits there. All these bits here. Looks kind of like I need to get it over there onto the balcony. But I'm not sure how I want to do that. Okay. Because it looks like the whole balcony just like shifts over there. But that would give us a way up. But how do I get over to it? I'm not seeing any jumps at this point that I can make. Unless... I kind of wonder if I need to jump from the balcony as I press it. I don't like that, though. Especially because that doesn't look like it guarantees me a path up. I can see our friend at the top. The Mad Crow. Oh, I'm gonna eat my pie while I sit here and contemplate the Mad Crow. I also think I might need to call this episode here, folks. We might have to just come finish the Devastation in another stream, because I'm kind of perplexed on this particular puzzle piece. But this is an interesting one, definitely. Not sure how I'm going to get up here, or over there. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me. We'll finish this in the next stream. We'll finish this, get to the top, and then we'll fight Mr. Mad Crow up there, the giant mechanical crow of doom. So, thank you all so much. It's been Thal McRom bringing you all some vintage story on my vanilla playthrough, no mods. This is a solo playthrough as well. We're trying to get through all the story content, and we're close. We can see the top of the tower. Once we get to that and fight the crow and, in theory, win and not get killed, we'll be pretty close to done with the story content. So, we'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight, and I hope you all have a great one.